In this video, I will show you my personal strategy in how I log hours for shadowing or service as a pre-PA, pre-med, or pre-dental student. Hi everyone, my name is Sam. I'm currently a junior in college studying biology on a pre-dental track. I make weekly YouTube videos for pre-health majors or for people interested in dentistry. So if you're interested in one of these videos, consider subscribing. So the tool I use to track all my shadowing and service hours is Google Sheets. There's a few reasons why I chose Google Sheets instead of the alternatives. One of them is because it's readily available and accessible on my iPad, my Mac, and my phone. Another reason why I use Google Sheets is just because the ecosystem that it's in with Google Drive, Google Docs, everything in between is so interconnected that it makes it so easy to use Google Sheets. Now I figured the easiest way to show you guys how I do this is by making a blank document and just retype everything that I do. Now for the title, make it whatever you guys want. I just did dental shadowing hours. Just make it recognizable in your folder so you can always go back to it after you shadow and log those hours. Now for the couple headers, I am going to color coordinate a little bit. I know I said I don't do a lot of color coordination, but just so we know what we're putting in each box, I'm going to make it just any color you want. Now we're going to put some important information in these boxes. Feel free to really mix it up. You can make it as in-depth as you'd like. I just do the date, the doctor I shadowed, the location, the time of day that I shadowed, the amount of hours, and what I took away from that experience. Now I make the experience section a little bit bigger. Obviously when I type in here, I'm not going to fill in everything. It's not going to show up, but I have it there so when I can reference it back when I apply to dental schools, I'll have it everything right here from the time I first shadowed to the last time I shadowed. I'll have all that information right there. So just putting in some mock data here. I'm just going to put in a random date, Dr. Smith, location, you can add that in, time of day, we'll say that's morning, amount of hours 5, and then in the experience, again, write whatever caught your eye that time that you shadowed your doctor. There will be different things every time. Maybe you realize you didn't like a certain section of what he did. Maybe you shadowed a specialty like ortho and you didn't really like the process. Whatever it is, always be truthful to yourself and just write what your mind says in that tab. So I do make another little indent here in my Google Sheets where I just put total hours. This is just confirms in my mind how many hours I've done so far. And it's a good way to track how far you have to go till your goal. Maybe your goal is 250 hours. You can use an add function in Google Sheets, add up those hours, see how many total hours you have, and go from there. Now there's two overarching questions here that should be answered. The first being, why is it important to shadow dentists or any other specialty, and why should you track those hours? Now to answer that first question, why shadowing dentists is important, I have a video specifically on that topic, so definitely check it out on my YouTube channel. And the second answer to that second question, why is tracking these hours important as a pre-PA, pre-med, or pre-dental student, is because when you're going through these applications for dental school or med school, it doesn't only make it easy, but it makes it nearly a breeze. Specifically for the dental application, you will definitely have a section in your application where you have to list out the dentist that you shadowed, how many hours, the location. If you shadowed a specialty, you have to add that in, and you have a paragraph format of your experience through all your shadowing. And in the dental application or whatever application you go through, when it states what you learned or gained from your experience, you will have a clear depiction labeled out for you. You don't have to remember anything because it will be all written in the Google Sheets or whatever app you use. And you won't have to dig back for any information. You will all have it there. And that's about it for logging hours. It's not too complicated. Just find a place to do it. There is resources on websites. Specifically, I know for Eastern Carolina University, if you just look up their website, you can see a resource there. But there's plenty of resources out there. You don't have to make your own like I did. You can have a pre-built one from a template. But just remember that it is very important for you guys to track these hours. It'll come in handy in the future. And if you guys want to see more dental related videos or just lifestyle videos in general of a college student, consider subscribing. I post weekly, and I'll see you guys in the next one.